Hey folks, this is a retro CSS battle. I do these of prior daily targets. This is a fun series of puzzles. This is a run from August of 2024. This is August 5th, August 6th, August 7th. As you can see, it is an evolving and rather charming face. I remember these popping up and really enjoying them in real time. Like, okay, here's this one, and then oh, this one's different. Oh, it's just a little bit different, and it's not the same experience to know what's coming. But I'm gonna try to look at it, kind of in a fresh way. So let's get right to it. Let's do the blank template. And the question is, do we actually even need an element? And I think we don't. Let's not do that, and let's create the backgrounds that we need to create the various parts of this. And so we've got these two eyes, so that's going to be a radial gradient, and the way to get at the top of a semicircle is to do it at 50%, 100%, or some numerical value, and then black, or whatever this dark color is, and then transparent. And so it's got some radius, 20 pixels, let's say. And so the first thing we see is that radial gradient is adhering to the bottom because of the background position, and we can make that go up by giving it a number. But the other is that is not a half circle, that's a half ellipse or whatever. So let's move it up to 150, and then this needs to be a little bigger, 40, something like that. We're in the zone. 160, 165, 164, 63, 62, 63. All right. So now we need a width to that. If there's 200 pixels is maybe the natural, and that's almost right, but it's not quite right, is it? So let's move this over 20 pixels. So then if we do that, the distance is a little bit different, because again, these are at the center of these backgrounds. 180. So I'm adjusting the background position. And background size, 75, okay, and then make this 25. So with background position, how about 160? And then 5, 2, 3, 40. And that's how you get those guys. So that is a circle, that's a semicircle at the bottom, and then moved using a width of this background of 160 pixels, and there's an implicit 100% height on that background, but you get the X first, and so you get the implicit second. So that's how you get that. And then the second part of this is a linear gradient that goes side to side, right? Like FFF and green, and it seems to go along quite nicely. So let's say this is going to be stripes, so 90, and we want to do just this chunk. So to do that, we need a no repeat, and we need a position. In this case, 0. Actually, like 20 pixels over, and 0. And then I'm going to do a background of red. Now, so that's the part that you're not seeing. So we're moving this background, but if we give it a size, then we can start to see what we want to see. We just want to do these parts here. So is that 100 pixels wide? All right, so I was at 60% of that background size. How do we get those stripes? And that looks right. So if we move this down, can we get it? No. The answer is no. That's the size. Ha ha ha. So I'm gonna remove that. It's moving it downward. Yeah, 100, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 230, 40, 50, 60. And what we want to do is just repeat it on, well, there's the regular repeat, and there's Y repeat, and we want repeat X. So that's how we get that. How about 250, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then instead of red in the background, we do the green. And that's how you do that. And because of the scheme we've got going on, we can use the ampersand. And let's submit that and see if we're good. Really like this face business. So radial gradient, linear gradient to get this shape. And that's great. So let's minify and unit replace. And that's all of the pieces that we need to create that shape. So next we got eyebrows. It seems, and that's I've got a better score than I got masked. So it seems, let's reuse, huh? We'll reuse. Can we do it? Are we asking for trouble trying to reuse this? I think what that means is that we could do transparent on the inside of this. Yep, we can. And we're going to need a 0. And then we're going to need some number here, 10 pixels. No, 20 pixels. Yeah. Oh, nope. 21. 18. 18 pixels. Okay. So now we got the tricky part. Eyebrows. So what do we need to do to make these eyebrows? We can do one with a one with a conic gradient. That's like and then what's the width of this? So it goes from 80 to 150, so that makes it like 70 wide, and then the height is like 40 or something. So 70 pixels, 40 pixels, and then green, and then black. Whoops, no, 75 is what we needed there. There we go. And then we move that in position. Too low. And not wide enough, probably. So 60, 70, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. And then we're too low. How about 49? 48. Okay, and then this is a little wider. 43, 4. No, that's the tallness. $80. So it is also 80. So how do we do the eyebrow? It's 40 by 80. So can we create an element P? P. Does that mean we need to change this to be body? Oof. I'm not sure what we're missing. Oh, because we don't have a width, or we don't have height, is what we're missing. 10. There it is. And we're going to need a transform. So let's do height, well, keep it simple. Height of 40, width of 80. There it is. And then we're going to transform it. There's 200, and then let's rotate it. 10 degrees. 200, and then down 20 pixels, something like that. And ideally, we get this right, so 10, 8, 10, 12, 13, maybe it's 12. Adjust. And 3, let's add 2 to each. Adjusting these numbers. And that looks like our degrees is wrong. That looks pretty good. And then 1 more pixel. Oh, it's so close. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's submit that and see if our rotate of 12.8 degrees gets us 100% match. Kind of, I'm thinking that, well, oh, that's 100% match, so we'll take that. So we'll go ahead and minify and unit replace. And that's what we got so far. That's a fun one. That's not a lot better. This translate and rotate is not super good, but it is clearly getting the job done. So now we got this. The question is, can we save any of this? I feel like the eyeballs so yeah, let's go for it. There it is. So the linear gradient we don't need because it's no good anymore. We just don't need him. And a comma. So those are all the parts there. So now we need a second element of some kind. And there it is. Which is no good. Unfortunately, we have to undo anything that we just did. So, but we'll create a selector for it. P plus P. So this is a matter of unsetting things. So translate, unset, and then rotate, unset. And that's where that ends up. So now, what it makes me want to do, width is wider, 300, margin 100, 0. So we're going to adjust these margins and try and get this into place. I'm not sure we can. 3, 4. And we're going to need more numbers than that. Yeah, for that bottom margin was making the body taller, and that's no good for our purposes. 3, 4, 5, there we go. And then this, the middle number 3. Okay, and then that's a width. Width needs to be wider. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 78. Okay, and then our height needs to be taller. Height, right now it's 40. Maybe it's 60. Maybe it's 70. 71. All right. This is a little on the trickier side. So we need to use border radius to get the sides of the mouse right. Border radius. It's something like 10 pixels, 10 pixels, 40 pixels, 40 pixels. So those are the top, and we use Q. Why not? 21Q. Looks good. And then what, 50Q? 51, 2, 3, 53Q. 21Q, 21Q, 53Q, 53Q. There you go. All right, so how do we do this? The tricky part of this is that we've got these sides of this mouth are not what we would like them to be. Because if we repeat this, and I'll just show you. So left to right, that white color, and then that color, and we're going to move it 40 pixels over and give it a width and no repeat. So make it 60 over, 60, 59, 51, 59. And then this is too wide. How about 80? How about 70? 71, 22. Adjusting this background, 55, 57, 58, 9. Maybe it's 60 pixels. 50 pixels. 40, 44, 44 pixels. Okay, now I'm going to let it repeat. So it's not bad, but it's not everything we need. So the question is how to solve this. So we need to cover up some part of that teeth. I feel like this is a pretty terse way to get the repeat. So let's try a conic gradient. And it's got, we're going to go from 90 degrees, transparent, 25%, and then black. Now, we need just this much from here, from 10 to 70, so is it at 60? Oh, and then at 60 pixels. That might be not too bad. 60, maybe it's 59 pixels. There it is, 59 pixels, and then 40 pixels, 42, 43, 44, 45, and then we need to give it a width. We're at 0, 0. So we need some width there. So we're making our teeth. And then how about we use percentages, 80%? Because we're just covering with this, and so 80, 83, 84, 85. There we go. And let's submit that and see if we got it. Super fun face series. Yeah, and that gets it done. So similar, you get to reuse some of the parts of this. It's still a lot of code, but a super charming series of targets from August of 2024. Yeah, super good. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a good day. Take care of yourselves and make web pages. CSS and HTML are great. All right, bye-bye.